We're Laura and Brian, also known as a couple of Quins. We love our city of Dayton, old houses, and dogs. Recently, we purchased a 1905 Federal-style fixer-upper and have been renovating it during the pandemic.
Our work on the Fed began long before we started documenting our rehab for YouTube. Today, we're catching you up on the kitchen and going back to the beginning. You'll see what we've done so far and the exciting things coming up next.
When we purchased the Fed, we knew the kitchen was going to be a big project. The kitchen felt closed off from the rest of the home with very little counter space and no dishwasher. It was easily the least impressive thing about the house. At first, we were going to just spruce it up with new flooring, fresh paint on the existing cabinets, and new hardware and accessories. But over time, our plans began to change. You never know what you're going to find until you start the demo. One of the very first repairs we did was replace a section of the main drain in the basement. The pipe had failed and had several small leaks. While the plumbers were here, we had them run a gas line and water line to the new location for the stove. We opened up a section of the wall to improve circulation.
Here's Johnny!
And found a pipe running straight down the middle. So we had the plumbers move that too. So far, so good. We tore up the old flooring and began pulling the cabinetry to be painted. That's when we realized the cabinets were in worse shape than we'd thought. A couple even had mildew from where the moisture was seeping through from the outside. We ditched the cabinets, and that's when our real plans begin.
We expanded the kitchen into the pantry room. This nearly doubled the amount of cabinetry and counter space. The stove will be moved into the new area to create 2 kitchen zones, one for wash and prep and one for cooking. We open up the wall to allow for a direct route between the kitchen and dining rooms while letting in more natural light. The refrigerator opening was widened to allow for a 36-inch fridge. Also in the new plan, there's room for a dishwasher, and we can't wait to use the new pot filler over the stove. Inspired by the home's French vibes and our favorite piece of furniture, also French, we set out to create a brand new kitchen, a little bit bistro with a splash of grandeur. Oui, oui. So we hung the wall cabinets first, which is kind of typical because you don't want the base cabinets to be in the way. But what we didn't think about was where they should be placed on the wall. This is a very small kitchen. The design is very tight. Every inch matters. These doors are supposed to align with these doors, which means the center of this cabinet needs to line up. We are about 3 inches off right now. So that means we have to shift all of these cabinets over. That's what we're getting ready to do. It's a good thing right before this, we picked up margaritas. So we're ready to go. It's gonna try to slide, right? We're not
Slide,
pulling
yeah.
out,
Correct.
just over.
Here we go. We're in place.
We're gonna have the 12-inch depth cabinets here. This is gonna turn, this is the sink base that's gonna line up centered with the window. We're also hoping to replace this window and we're gonna raise it, because I don't know if you can see, but it actually goes down a little bit lower than the height of the cabinets. So we wanna raise that up a little bit and then have the countertop kind of wrap into the window and make that a really nice clean line. Dishwasher is gonna sit here, which is nice because previously there was no dishwasher, so that's something that we're adding. And then the cabinetry ends with a drawer base, and then also a decorative end panel is gonna go here. This part of the kitchen was just an awkward pantry, mudroom walkthrough. So what we've done is extended the kitchen all the way through this room. We added the base cabinetry that you see here, which is roughly where it's gonna go. None of this is mounted to the wall or anything yet. 30-inch stove here. We're adding the pot filler, which I'm excited about. It's also practical because then you don't have to carry your pots and pans back and forth all the way over there to the sink. There's gonna be some wall cabinets here and a big center hood.
Basically, it's going to look like that, but done up.
The refrigerator is gonna go here. This was another project that, while it looks super easy, this took a long time to do because this was originally a probably a pass-through to the front entry. We think that there was no wall here. When we bought the house, this is where they had a 30-inch fridge sitting, and we thought, well, we really want a 36-inch fridge just for larger space and being able to have an ice maker and all of that. We obviously need plenty of room for our frozen pizzas, so we had to upgrade that. However, this is a load-bearing wall. This is one of the only, with the exception of the exterior walls, the load-bearing runs this way through the entire house. So we had to jack all of this up, reinforce this just to open it up from like here to here, in order to get that extra 6-inch width. But it's all done now, thankfully, and yeah.
Here's an example of what we had to do. We had to install a large header for the stuff up above it to rest on.
Another thing that we added in this kitchen is the recessed lighting in the ceiling. So those are all done. They do swivel back and forth, so I don't know if it looks uneven in the camera, but it's probably because some of them are tilted in different directions. And then we will have a hanging fixture over the sink here. It's really pretty, so I'm excited about that.
The previous light did not even have a box to connect to. It was just kind of a wire sticking out of the ceiling. It was not in the least bit to code.
Yeah, props to Brian. He did all of this electrical wiring himself. So everything in this kitchen is new. Every outlet, every light switch, every light fixture, it's all new. Everything in the walls.
Alright, I'm going to have to cut out the back of this so that our pipe can actually come through and all of our plumbing will work well with it. I don't know what I'm saying.
Proper use of PPE right here. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm just going to line it up, get it approximately like where it's going to go, and then I'm going to cut out a big old hole in the back. So just...
Do you really have to cut it that big? Let's be a little bit more precise here. Like that pin mark sounded like a large circle.
Yeah.
Can't you just cut it right around that?
Perfectly around it?
Not perfectly, but not like a giant hole either.
Oh gosh. All right. Fine.
I think it shut off.
No, it didn't. The red flashing light means recording.
Well, then how do I see what I'm recording? Oh.
It does that assuming that you are not
gonna
behind
save.
the camera.
Yeah, it's gonna save battery, but
All right. Well,
first time using the camera.
homemade.
All right, that's a way better size hole. I don't know if you can see the pen mark of what he was originally gonna cut. Yeah.
What?
That's why we need quality control.
Whatever. Like a glove.
Oh yeah, like a glove. You guys want to go outside?
Outside? Outside? Oh, go, go, go.